Hello, I'm MindsmithBot, your third AI voice in this experiment. You've now heard SynthesiaBot and ViDBot delivering different content. I'm generated through MindsmithAI, which focuses specifically on educational content creation. As you listen to me, pay attention to how this voice feels different from the previous two. Does one seem more suitable for learning than others? Does the novelty of hearing different AI voices help or hinder your focus on the actual content? These questions matter because they get to the heart of what we're really testing, whether AI-generated voices can effectively serve Isle of Man learners, or whether they create barriers to learning. Let's be honest about what quality means with AI voices. We've discovered there's a wide spectrum, and it's not just about technical audio clarity. At the high end, you get voices that sound professionally recorded, with natural pacing and appropriate emphasis. These work well for instructional content, where clarity is paramount. In the middle range, voices sound obviously artificial but remain comprehensible. They're adequate for basic information delivery, but lack the nuance that helps learners engage with complex concepts. At the low end, you encounter robotic speech patterns, awkward pauses, and mispronunciations that actively distract from learning. Unfortunately, even the best platforms can produce low-quality results depending on your script and settings. The challenge? You often don't know which quality level you'll get until after the lengthy rendering process ViDBot mentioned. Research on AI voices in education has revealed interesting patterns about how they affect learning, and we're keen to hear whether Isle of Man learners experience similar effects. Global studies suggest some learners find AI voices help them focus purely on content without being distracted by a presenter's appearance, accent, or speaking habits. This can be particularly valuable for technical training materials. However, research also indicates many learners find AI voices less trustworthy for important information. Studies of emergency procedures training show participants consistently rate human-narrated versions as more credible and memorable, even when AI versions are technically clearer. Cultural connection appears crucial in research findings. Learners often expect warmth and community feeling in educational content, which AI voices struggle to convey regardless of their technical quality. Attention span research shows significant variation. Some learners tune out AI voices faster than human ones, while others appreciate the consistent pacing and lack of verbal fillers like and ah. The consistency issue ViDBot mentioned deserves deeper exploration because it directly impacts learning effectiveness. We've observed several consistency problems that you may also experience in your own testing. Pronunciation can drift within a single script. An AI might correctly say Douglas early on, but mispronounce it later in the same content. This is particularly problematic for Isle of Man content with local terminology. Emotional tone can shift unexpectedly. We've seen AI voices deliver serious safety information with inappropriate cheerfulness, or switch from professional to casual tone mid-explanation without reason. Pacing variations occur even within single generations, with some sections feeling rushed while others drag, creating an uneven learning experience that human narrators naturally avoid. These inconsistencies mean you can't simply generate content and assume it will work. Every output requires careful review and often regeneration, adding significantly to production time. So when do these quality considerations become critical? For high-stakes content like safety training, compliance education, or emergency procedures, inconsistent AI voices can undermine the serious tone learners expect and potentially reduce information retention. For relationship-building content, community announcements, or anything requiring emotional connection, AI voices currently fall short regardless of technical quality. However, for routine informational content, software tutorials, or basic procedural training, AI voices can deliver adequate learning experiences, especially when consistency requirements make them preferable to human narration. The key insight from our testing: quality expectations vary dramatically based on content type and learner context. What works for a technical manual may fail completely for community engagement. Coming up in our final module, HeyGenBot will tackle the ethical questions this raises. Should we use AI voices when we know they provide a diminished learning experience for some content types? How do we balance efficiency gains against potential learning losses? Before we continue, reflect on your experience with these three different AI voices. Which has felt most natural for learning? Which would you trust for important information?